The second thing that you want to do as part of your opening is your job as a speaker, and this is very important that you get this, is in the first 3 to 5 minutes, take a group of individuals and make them one solid unit. I'm going to say that again, I think it's very important. Take a group of individuals and make them one solid unit. So if I'm speaking to a group and I know that they're maybe a little bit hesitant about seeing me, I have to do something that gets them all to act so that if I go this way, they all go this way. And here's one of the things that I've done. Let me give you a little example. When I first started speaking, I was speaking at a real estate investment club up in Buffalo, New York, and I traveled all day to get there. And the speaker introduced me, and here he is. He's spoken all over the country, all over Canada, blah, 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 Bob Leonetti. So I walked to the front of the room, and there's like a couple of people going, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be a tough crowd. And what made it worse, it was very low ceilings. It was an old VFW hall, and there were big, huge round tables, and half the people in the room had their back to me. So I realized that I had to do something that A, got them engaged with me, and B, got them acting together as a unit. And so the first thing I did was I got up the front of the room, and I said, everybody please stand up. Now, if the people don't stand up, you can't take no for an answer. You have to walk over and maybe you joke, maybe you do this, but you have to command them and say, okay, no, this is the exercise portion of the class, please stand up. The worst thing you can do is give a command and not have it followed. So if 10 people out of 15 follow it, you've got to get the other 5 engaged. Oh, I'm sorry, is there something wrong with your legs? Stand up. Or tease them or get the people in the crowd with you to get the people to stand up. Now, once the whole room is standing and they all stood up separately because they're a bunch of individuals, ask them a few questions. Maybe get them to interact, which lowers their defenses. And now they're more receptive to you. So get them to interact, and you might just ask them a very simple question on interaction. You might say, what are 2 things you expect to get out of this evening? If you would please turn to your partner or introduce yourself to the person next to you and tell them 2 things you'd like to get out of tonight. Now, what that does is it sets up expectations on their part, and they realize that other people sitting in the room have the same expectations they do. But what it also does is when they all finish, then you can say to the entire room, if you're ready to have a fantastic night, spend the next 90 minutes changing your life, please sit down. When they all sit down at the same time, now you know you've got a room.